Welcome back. We are us, and this is an X-Lab. I don't remember the number. I don't really care either. So, last episode we left all of this stuff on the floor because there's going to be at least one burr on our way back from wherever it is we're going. And that's assuming we even take this path back. We should, though, because I also found a bunch of damaged guns lying around, which the devs for some reason like to leave around for the burrs to use against you, despite it not making a whole lot of sense. Ah, there's a ladder. I do not recall pressing any button that would change my weapon. Must have happened, though. Is this psi influence, or... Well, if it is, we'll find out real soon and put an end to it. As you must do. So I could just jump over this and go over there. "33 meters up" is what they want me to... But what if there's something interesting over there? Okay, we'll see where this tunnel goes first, and if it doesn't look like it's going to curve back around to the place we just saw, I'll come back. Okay. Ah. Supplies. That's always a good sign. Looks like I'm actually accruing radiation. We'll have to take one of these off. And then, accrue no more. Ha-ha! That's what wandering gets you. Borderline immunity to rape. There we go. See, I know the height at which he vaults now. I would fire my gun, but that would be dumb. I value the ammunition way more than that. Well, I tried. Oh, no artifacts. That sucks. no, that's going to be a lethal amount of radiation if I go any further. So... By the way, yeah, we took a tunnel for no reason when we could have just... There we go. Why would I want to go down here? Since I have to make a jump to get over here, there's not going to be anything for me to worry about. Comes up to the fence, so... I mean, there has to be a reason there's an opening to drop down there, right? Because it's not like you can accidentally fall in here. So there has to be something down here. Let's find out. There's a moving anomaly somewhere nearby. That's going to be super fun to deal with. So this is too tight to squeeze between. Oh, there it is. Hopefully there's something in it that's actually worth it. No, I brush up against the very edge of it. Titanium components for an operator skeleton. Or exoskeleton, my mistake. I wasn't fully paying attention. Trying to figure out if I've ever actually seen that particular suit before. Screw it, we'll take all of it. Oh? What's all this then? Nice. Pretty sure, yeah, he doesn't have pockets. Oh, that was worth it. Gonna go ahead and save real quick. Too many destructible boxes for my liking. You know, the kind that get thrown around by certain mutants. Oh, there was actually something in that one. I don't care. Well, it was worth trying. Just in case, we have 3 side blocks. Shard anomaly. I won't use it, but I will take it. No, it's not modified. But it was next to 308 ammo anyway. Okay. Probably shouldn't even carry the gun in the first place. I want my mobility. We can get rid of this one. Or that. Yeah, I know that med kit's there, but I don't need. Okay. Okay, maybe 1 weight artifact, right? There they are. There. No, now we don't fat out as easily. Two corpses above us, passing on the right. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. I also wanted access. I wanted to see if I could actually jump up there. Frankly, I am extremely surprised because usually that is not as simple. Maybe it's because I was running? No, you can do it running too. I do get that this is slanted upwards, so I'm technically higher. So that might have something to do with being able to jump on top of it. Since there's a door to go through here, we'll start our exploration on this side. And if you had read about the ammunition, the match ammo damages your rifle. Why did they deem it necessary to have ammunition that actively harms your weapon's durability? I believe I've said multiple times now throughout playing this game just why I believe the devs do the things they do. Repeating it would be beneath both you and me, so I won't. Right now. That is most certainly what it looks like. Really? No pop-up to read it? That seems... Why is there no PDA in my inventory? Okay. So, now that I'm thinking about it, we've come a very long way, and I left all of my stuff in that one room back there, and it doesn't really look like I'm going to be able to get back to it. If I'm not mistaken, I dropped down from a height from the vents, remember that we went through, onto some vehicle. I can't get back to that vent. Thankfully, I made those hard saves, so if absolutely necessary, we can get back there and get that stuff back. But man, that is going to be extremely annoying. I mean, for me, you won't have to watch, you won't have to sit through any of that. Now, let's see. It really just... Oh. So there's not another door. There's no vents in the ceiling to drop through. There's really only one way to go about it. I don't want to do it yet either. Now, there's no good reason that this shouldn't work. Being stuck here has, because we said so, written all over it. Repairing that armor is not going to be cheap. There's definitely no other way in here. If only I could reach it from here. You know, this is right when a burr would be most useful. Oh yeah, toss it harder. I didn't see anything of note that would assist in figuring this out, so the answer has to be as simple as this. That's going to hurt. Sorry, buddy. Okay, what if we do it the other way? Okay, make sure to put more angle on it. At this point, I'm not concerned about damaging the armor. I just want to find the right angle. Then we'll reload and try it from there. It's not going to work. What if... It's almost like... That's annoying. Maybe drop it through here. Why? That's the ticket. There is a key. That is the long and short of it. There is a key somewhere. And I don't have it. Because this thing doesn't have a padlock on the inside. And of course, you can't make the obvious... Anyway. We've learned, and we know there's no way in there. Not even with my clever tricks. So I ask you, why in the world would I ever pick that up? The last thing I want is some ghost weight taking up inventory space. That said, maybe there's a key around here. I mean, I believe I've been extremely thorough in examining every corner. Every crevice that we've been to, but... It'd be an absolute shame to miss that armor. That's where we came from. There has to be a key here somewhere. I even checked the truck back there. There's going to be a key. It has to be located here somewhere. Who knows? There's probably information on it, on that PDA, that doesn't actually enter your inventory. That was a tough pair of words. But if so, I'll never know. Let's see. No. know. Typically, you would have the key within a couple of areas of the place it's needed. The worst sort of practice would be to have it be something you can only get outside the area it's actually needed. Pretty sure. Thought I took all of the stuff off of him, but I see why I didn't. Oh, so I can get back up there. Noted. No, I would have noticed a key on that one. Well, now I'm totally obsessed with trying to get access to that exosuit.
An emission is approaching, soldiers. Seek shelter immediately. I repeat, we have an incoming emission. Seek shelter.
Well, that couldn't be better timed. I was just about to go out. Sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I've explored this place as humanly thoroughly as possible. No, that's not the right way to say that. I've explored this place as humanly thorough as possible. Still doesn't feel right. I probably don't need humanly. And I haven't seen a key, because it's not like I'd see it and just leave it, right? I'd take it just on principle.
Attention everyone. There's an emission outside. Extreme caution strongly advised. Remain in cover. I'll inform you when it's safe to come out.
So I'm not going to worry about what's behind us aside from the items I left back there, which I am going to get, especially since it's apparent that I can get them now. Shouldn't I go and get them now, you ask? Probably. But like I said, I've got the... what's the word? The hard save already in place back there, so even if I have to do all of this over again, it's fine. It's literally just walking. So it'll be done and over with in no time, really.
All right, the emission is over. Get back to your posts, as per your duty schedules.
Alright, let's do this. If it comes down to having to sprint for my life, I've got the Hercules to make up for any weight we may find ourselves adding. Now, I wouldn't mind getting that SVD I left back there. Money's money, after all. So, it seems just maybe, it possibly that I may have missed the objective at some point. Since we've already quick saved in there, we'll try to go all the way back to the main building. Oh, hold on, let me actually... That's why I couldn't see it anymore. It unmarked it for the... What is it? The emission. Also, let me mark this. I've explored this place too. There's no way there's a key I haven't seen. It's 40 meters down, so it's definitely back in the underground. So we find ourselves back here. And I was right. We dropped down from the vent that we crawled through into the room that led to the ladder and the vehicles that were irradiated slightly. So instead, well, see, the thing is, the control room is on this level, and we've got to go put something in there, hop in the pod, and that's when the violence in here is likely to kick off. The only problem is everything else aside from the rocket launcher and... I say rocket, but it's not a rocket. They're grenades propelled by rockets. Anyway, that and its ammo will put me over the weight limit, but I just can't stand to see good loot sit around and not be in my pockets. Now, I could have left things as they were. And just walked through the facility again to get back here. And yeah, that probably would have been the smarter move. Why did that come off? That's silly. But that would have taken more time than I really wanted to give. Sure, why not? Let's make sure everything looks right. Yeah, it seems like it. I did find another RAM 2, I believe it's called. Yeah, that is right at the weight limit. Even with the freaking RP. Yeah, RPG. How much is this putting us over? It's 7.5. I was right next to it. Oh, there we go. Now we just stick it in the slot. And bam! Pregnant.
Skiff, what's going on? Where are we?
You're dead, Strider.
Then I'm no more. But the experiment. Tell me we made it in time.
Yes, we did.
Really? Good. Were any of my men hurt?
No, just you.
Well, we protected our new life. That's all that matters. You asked me about my good luck charm, remember? It's an empty cartridge casing. Nothing special. A reminder from the day the psi fields were turned off.
May 2012. The military is storming the CNPP. Lul and Sova teams are in my sector. The primary objective is Quartet.
Southeast 180. Landmark. Inspection tower.
Target, Sova 345. Low lateral.
Target. Quartet 400. Moderate lateral.
Windage. Breathing. 3, 2, 1.
Suddenly, the voice of the monolith was gone. I opened my eyes, as if after years of coma. And through the scope, I saw the body of an unknown soldier fall. It's the empty casing from that cartridge. It reminded me of what it meant to not be in charge of your own life. But now, we are free, masters of our own destiny. Thank you, Skiff. Noontide will remember what you've done.
This rocket ain't gonna take you into the noosphere. Open up.
Well, well. What a meeting. A good man in a tight spot. You don't give up easy, huh? Keep sniffing around. Hey, is it just me, or were you talking to somebody?
Yeah, Strider.
Strider? How'd you get here? Strider! Strider! Have you boys seen Strider around here? Strider! Strider! Turns out there is life in the noosphere. Can you believe it?
If you ask me, it looks more like a mind prison.
You should have listened better to the representative. Quit concentrating on the here and now. Think instead about what we might achieve. The shining! To get rid of the darkness that imprisons us, preventing us from hearing each other. Imagine an eternal spring, Skiff. No pain, no regret, no suffering.
I won't be a part of this. Life is for the living, Scar. If the dead start talking to us, we'll end up slaughtering each other. Then there won't be peace for us. Not even in death.
You know, all this time, you've been a talisman to us. Someone truly inspiring. I believed in you, but you turned out to be a forgery. That's why you didn't get it. Shut the door! You're not.
Get out without attracting attention? Okay. I mean, that's possible, probably. But I ask you, why wouldn't I just kill them all? Granted, I don't believe for a second that S.T.A.L.K.E.R is still here. He, oh so needing of bullet to the head surgery, as he has since the day I met him.
What the hell?
I'm confused here. Yeah, so that does not seem to attract their attention.
I don't like this.
You can't hide forever!
He's not walking out of here alive!
So I will grant them this. Okay. So I will grant them this. There's at least a little more to the stealth system than hoping they don't see you. You can bait them around using the bolts like I showed just a moment ago. It's not great, but I mean, at least there's more to it than I thought there was at first. That's a headshot. I can't put my physical protection stuff on because, well, I can, but I don't want to use all of that Hercules. Also, there are way too many of these guys in just this one area. That said, it's probably possible to sneak using what we discovered just now, but like you also saw, it's not going to be a great time. Oh, well, we've hit the limit. I don't think I'd be able to move even if I did use Hercules without these two on. Well, I know we can toss that. 8,000. I imagine this would sell for more.
Must be nearby.
Okay, So it looks like that bullet pierced through his side, up into his head, and killed him. I can't be mad about that. Right now I'm trying to remember how I got down there. So I can remember the path back to the exit. This isn't going to help. Frankly, I'm going back towards the entrance to this place rather than the exits. The exit's what I want. I'm hoping to get a key to the exosuit room. Oh, while I'm thinking about it. Okay, I got to that room from above. So all I need to do is find my way back to where I dropped down from. And the rest is easy. That way. So we go that way. Don't pick up junk. Yeah, so this is the room I was anticipating there to be burrs in at some point. Boy, was I off. Okay, I vaguely remember this room. Yeah. I don't trust this. So you'll excuse me while I pop a pill. Might it be possible to get up there? No. That's probably unwise. Alright, we have to pick up the stuff under there again. Oh, he dropped us a stash this time. Not worried about this. The rest are fine. Thanks for being so chill, Felix. Up here. Great. You know, up there was someone still aggroed on me, and I'm wondering, I can't help wondering if they might have the key to this area. Yeah, it wore off. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, how are you planning to carry that exosuit even if you did manage to get it? How about you shut up? Huh? How about that? Also, remember, since we did go back to an old save, there's going to be an emission sooner or later. Now, I could probably use a grenade to bring it closer to me. Then again, the ones that exploded near it didn't move it an inch. Rusted and rusted. How in the world did you even get in there in the first place then? Also, the shotgun's in a bad way. Frick. Armor's bad.
An emission is approaching, soldiers.
There it is.
Seek shelter immediately. I repeat, we have an incoming emission. Seek shelter.
At the very least, I was able to finally separate myself from my involvement with S.T.A.L.K.E.R that the game had pigeonholed me into. So, there's that relief. I can breathe at last. Also, why is this so low? I don't think its durability should be at 83, but maybe it was the burrs? I can't really think of anything else it could be. Nothing makes sense. I mean, I did use it to do most of the killing of the guys upstairs, but okay, somehow I managed to put his gun back over there with him. Neat. I'm still overweight.
Attention, everyone. There's an emission outside. Extreme caution strongly advised. Remain in cover. I'll inform you when it's safe to come out.
We quite literally can't carry anymore, but I can make space so we can at least... I hate it here. So we can at least move.
Right, the mission is over. Get back to your posts, as per your duty schedules.
I'm going to be honest, I am really tempted to look up how to actually get into this room. Because there's no key anywhere here. Not anywhere that we've been in this entire lab or underground area. I don't want that in my inventory, so I'm not going to pick it up. I mean, it's possible that it was a ghost item because I hadn't triggered that other business up there. But I don't see how there's any chance of it actually being relevant to my main concern, which is this room. Wait. Does not appear to have a padlock on it. So this is literally locked by a key. And I can actually shoot through the door. I learned that trick trying to get access to a stash that's trapped in some sort of a... I can't even begin to explain to you how weird it is. It's basically a large metal safe trapped in a concrete structure that's about as tall as this guy is. And it has little windows in it that you can peek through and see the stash. And it looks like you can get as close to the stash as necessary to actually access it. But much like this, well, unlike this, you see how it looks like I can reach it just normally from here? The stash is just as close as this thing is, but for some reason you can't actually access it. Now, here, I can actually get that. But yeah, that sort of thing didn't work with the stash. I tried all manner of tricks, including discovering this. I tried all manner of tricks that ultimately led me to the discovery of this. Yeah. From what I can see, there's no padlock to break. So out there somewhere is a key. And as there is literally no clue as to where that key might be, I've got to go. I don't care enough. Look, we already have one at home, and all I need is to find someone that can install the ability for it to sprint, because that is a thing. In the first game, the Shadow of Chernobyl, well, honestly, you didn't get an exosuit in the base game until near the end of the game, but it could sprint. And then I think it was probably in Clear Sky where they introduced having to install the ability for an exosuit to sprint, because it totally wouldn't be inefficient for it to not be able to do that upon being developed, upon being constructed, built, assembled, however you want to look at it. This upsets me, because I know there's no key here. And I'm going to look it up later, and I'm going to be upset. And that's about it. We did quick save at some point recently, so I'm not going to press the button again. I'm going to resist the urge. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, I wish somebody with the key would pop up. I would love that tremendously.
I've examined the neuroprogrammers, and I have an idea how to find the S.T.A.L.K.E.R program control center.
Do you have a key?
They are connected to the same device at the tropospheric communications point. If you get there and activate it, I'll get the data I need. Get going. I'll contact you later.
And let me be clear about this. I don't necessarily trust S.T.A.L.K.E.R either. Remember, we found his journal in his hideout in one of the X labs a long time ago now. And in it, it explained that he was he was suffering from disassociation and some amount of amnesia, appearing to occasionally forget who he was and things like that, or who he is and things like that. So it's not like he's under the control of C consciousness, but because after all, he did the thing with the TVs that killed the other guy by basically frying his brain. That would have killed him too, unless they're going to try some BS way to talk. Well, plot armor, that's the word. If they're going to try and come up with some BS plot armor. You're wondering why I'm going back here, aren't you? Because there's people to kill. Presuming that they are actually up here and not just all concentrated underground. And if they are all underground, well, they'll never see me coming. Just like the song says. I hate having to walk everywhere, but I'm not going to spend any Hercules until I'm on my way back to... What's the nearest place? I'm not even going to look at my map again. That's not happening. I wonder if they just despawned all the guys once I left. Anyway, we've been at this for a very long time, and I do think it's time for you and I to go our separate ways, just for today. I'm pretty sure this video goes up Friday, so the next one you will be seeing, if you haven't been following for a while, will be next week. When? Trust me, it'll be very obvious on the day. I really want to know how to get to that exosuit. I don't need it. But I never said I did. In fact, I made it very clear we have one at home. I say at home, but I mean in the chest that I can access from anywhere. That's a safe area. That said, I want it. And if I can kill the people, assuming that they're still in here, if I can kill them all and get a key from them, so be it. I will claim what's mine and go about my business and get to... Where the frick am I even supposed to be going? Oh, that sucks. So the nearest place I can head to is the chemical plant base. And then I have to head over here. Which sucks, but what can you do? That's a problem for me, and I'll be getting to it shortly. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.